What's up, everybody? Welcome to Queer Girl Straight Skates. Today, I'm going to give you a little lesson on roller skating wheels. Here we go. Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you about is roller skating wheels, just the basics. So I know a lot of people get really confused. Maybe you got a new pair of roller skates and you'd like to upgrade your wheels, but you don't know, should I be getting hard wheels? Should I be getting soft wheels? Should I be getting hybrid wheels? And how do I know what all of these numbers mean? And so I'm here today to explain just the basics of Wheel 101 for you. So let's go. Okay, so the first question that I often get asked is, what is a wheel made out of? So I have a bunch of different wheels that I'm going to talk about here today. I'm just going to show you the basics of a few wheels so you can get a basic understanding. But a roller skate wheel is usually made out of polyurethane or urethane. There are some wheels that you might get and they're on the cheaper end, and a lot of those are made with plastic. And those are the ones that you want to kind of steer away from. But when you have a wheel that's made out of polyurethane or urethane, you're going to be really in a good spot. So let's just talk really quick about the different parts of a wheel. So this is a basic Gummy Outdoor wheel. The basic parts of the wheel are the actual wheel itself, and then the hub, which is this inside part. You can have different types of hubs. This one is nylon. You can see there's like a little darker green part on the inside of the clear wheel. There's nylon hubs, there's aluminum hubs, and then there's hollow hubs. You have the actual wheel itself. You're gonna have softer wheels or harder wheels depending on this part. That is what really makes up a wheel. And then one thing you're also gonna see when it comes to wheels is you'll see bearings. And a bearing is essentially just what goes inside of the wheel. You're gonna have 2 bearings per wheel. This bearing is going to make the wheel actually spin. But we're not talking about bearings right now. We're just talking about wheels. But bearings often come separately from wheels. So if you buy wheels, you either need to have bearings already or you need to buy some bearings. When you're going to buy wheels, there are 2 main things that you're going to need to look at. These 2 things are the durometer and the diameter. They're really easy to get confused, so let me explain them really clearly for you. The first part is the durometer. Now, the durometer is what's going to tell you how hard your actual wheel is. So you should think of the durometer as hardness. That's going to tell you from a scale of like somewhere around 78A to like 103A. And the lower the number is, the softer your wheel is. So if you have a 78A, you have a really soft wheel. If you have a 103A or 101A, you have a really hard wheel. The A that's at the end of it is just a classification of wheels. You're going to have that A after whatever number, but you just really need to pay attention to the number, and that is your durometer. Okay, so the next part is the diameter. The diameter is how tall, like how big, the size of the wheel, and how wide. So whenever you just have one number for the diameter, it's going to be what size the wheel is. So for example, if you look at this Moxi Fundae wheel, and then you look at this Moxi Gummy wheel, there is definitely a larger diameter for the Gummy wheel than there is for the Moxi Fundae wheel. So the Moxi Gummy wheel is actually a 65 millimeter, and the hybrid wheel is a 57 millimeter diameter. The way you can recognize if the packaging or something online is talking about the diameter is they will have an mm afterwards. So the size of many roller skating wheels is measured in millimeters, and that's why it has the mm. So you have something that says 65 mm, you can know that you're talking about the diameter, and that's like a typical gummy, like bigger wheel size. The smaller it gets, the smaller your wheel is going to be. Additionally, when you're looking at these wheels and the diameter, you want to not just look at the size of the height, you also want to look at the size of the width. So when you're looking at the Moxi Gummy wheel, again, this is like a typical roller skating width of a wheel, but sometimes you have ones like the Moxi Fundae wheel, which are actually smaller. So that's also something you need to account for. The reason why that's important is because the wider the wheel, the more grip and area you have, and the smaller the wheel, the more agility that you're going to have. So that's something you need to take into consideration, because depending on the type of skating that you want to do, you're going to want different sizes of wheels, different sizes, and also different hardness of wheels. Okay, so now that I talked about the main specs of wheels, we've got the different parts of the wheels, what wheels are made out of, and durometer and diameter. Now I'm going to tell you what the difference between soft, hybrid, and hard wheels are and what they're normally used for. So the first one I'm going to talk about is a soft wheel. So again, at the beginning of the episode, I talked about how soft wheels are like, they start at about 78A, they go through the 80s, and like in the mid 80s is when it transitions over to a hybrid wheel, but anything before that is a soft wheel. What the soft wheel is for when you're trying to go outside, when you're trying to go over terrain. Your soft wheel is going to be more grippy, and it's going to go over cracks, bumps, rocks easier. So there's a reason why the Moxi Lolly comes with these Moxi Gummy wheels, because the softer the wheel, the easier it's going to be for you to just go right outside and have a smoother ride, even with rocks and cracks and twigs, etc. So that's what a soft wheel is. So if you're trying to do outdoor skating, you're probably going to want to purchase a soft wheel for yourself. Moving on to a hybrid wheel. For the hybrid wheel, I have these Moxi Fundae wheels. What makes a hybrid wheel is that it's not overly soft, but it's also not overly hard. Oftentimes, hybrid wheels are purchased because you want to be able to skate both outside and inside. So these would be something that you could skate on in the street, but you could also skate on in the rink if you wanted to, or if you wanted to skate on the pavement or also a gym floor. You could get a hybrid wheel and you wouldn't have to change your wheels as often. Whereas if you had a soft wheel, you might not want to take it to the rink because it would slow you down and it'd be really grippy on floor that's already grippy. So these hybrid wheels specifically were made to be able to go in the street and then also to go on the skate park or at the rink and kind of be an all-inclusive overall wheel. And when you're looking at hybrid wheels, that's kind of what you're looking for. What you're sacrificing with a hybrid wheel in comparison to outdoor soft wheels, you are going to feel the gravel a little bit more, or you'll feel the cracks or feel the twigs under your wheels. When you are skating outside in hybrid wheels, it might feel like you're getting a foot massage, which, you know, free foot massage, but also it can be a little bit unnerving for newer skaters when you're feeling all of those rocks and twigs underneath you. What you're sacrificing when it comes to hardness, so if you took these to a skate park or to the rink, you would sacrifice a little bit in speed because they're more grippy. So the grippiness that you get that's good for the outdoor is going to slow you down just a tad bit when it comes to like the skate park or the rink. If you're looking to try and get a hybrid wheel, oftentimes it's very clear which the hybrid wheels are because they're advertised as being both for outdoors and indoors, but also you can look at the durometer. And the durometer will usually be somewhere in the 80s, maybe the early 90s, maybe the really late 70s, but really just in the 80s is going to be the hybrid wheels. Okay, hard wheels. So hard wheels are created for doing all sorts of fun stuff. Hard wheels are one of my personal favorites for a lot of the things that I do. Hard wheels can be used specifically for really smooth surfaces. So like if you're gonna go to the roller rink, you would want a harder wheel. If you're going to go to the skate park, you'd probably want a harder wheel. And also if you're playing roller derby, you definitely want a harder wheel. Harder wheels come from the 90s all the way through the 100s. Again, the higher you get, the more speed, the less grip, and the more smooth the ride is going to be on a smooth surface. So with hard wheels, again, they come in all different diameters. These specifically are the Rollerbones Bull Bombers, and these are made for the skate park. And so they are, I think they're a 101. Yeah, they're a 101A, so they're very, very hard, and they're going to be really slick. If you are not good at roller skating yet, you should not get hard wheels for the skate park or for outdoors. Just because I'm saying like you should skate on hard wheels indoors or at skate parks or for derby does not mean it is impossible for you to skate on hard wheels outside. You can. You are just going to have a major foot massage, and it's going to catch really easily on little pebbles, rocks, cracks, etc. Today you took the class of Wheels 101 with Rebel Rouser. We learned about the different parts of the wheel. We learned what goes inside of a wheel. We learned about the different types of wheels and what they can be used for. Keep your eye out because I'm going to be talking about each of the different types of wheels in a full video of their own. So I'm going to make a soft wheel episode, a hybrid, and a hard wheel episode. Let me know in the comments if there's any other questions that you have that you want me to answer about wheels, and I can put them in those episodes for you. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for keeping it wheel. See you next time.
Loser. I love it.